Good morning, gladiators. Welcome back. It's Tuesday, January 26th. All right, let's get started. Okay, so today, if you could please follow along because this PowerPoint, I actually got it from Teacher Pay Teachers. I love it. The person that put it together did an amazing job with it. So, if you could follow along closely so you have an understanding on how to work the PowerPoint. Today, you're going to watch the video. We're going to learn about the lost art or the art that was almost lost. These are European treasures that the during the Holocaust, the Nazis, Hitler and the Nazis hid. They were going into the museums, into people's homes, taking these amazing pieces of art and taking them for themselves, holding them as prizes, I guess you could say. Many of these were hidden in caves. Very interesting story. So, what I did here is I attached two videos. The first one is Movie Monuments Men trailer video. That's just the movie of the Monuments Men, and it's just to give you kind of like a little hook about the real, true Monuments Men. So watch that. When you're done with that, then you're gonna watch the real Monuments Men video. Okay, that's what you will do. When you're done, if you'll see here, review the slides of the cultural characteristics of Europe. Note, you will need to be in the present mode to watch the slideshow. Watch today's video for instructions on how to view each slide. So let me go ahead and open that for y'all. I'm going to go ahead and download it. I probably should have done that first. I apologize. All right, here we go. Yay. So what I mean is slideshow. Go to slideshow. Click on from beginning. It's an amazing slideshow. It really is. She or he did an amazing job. So directions: start PowerPoint in slideshow mode. Simply click on the objects on each slide to interact with them. When you are finished clicking on the objects, click the next slide button located on the bottom right of the screen. So you'll notice this button right here. So click on that. Amazing feature. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna notice there's little blocks. There's dates, there's blocks. So you're gonna click on everything. Okay. This way it'll flip it to the other side. I bet many of you know what this is. The Mona Lisa. So the Renaissance is classified as the end of the Middle Ages and the rediscovery of ancient Roman and Greek ideas. The feudal system fell away and the economy grew after the plague. Advancements of architecture, art, education, astronomy, and literature were made during this time period. Humanism was an important movement that began in Italy and traveled to North America. So remember, we talked about the Enlightenment period, right? This is when people are starting to get that idea, the light in their head, the Enlightenment period. They're getting that idea of something different. There's more out there than what they're used to seeing. Then you're going to click on this. So the Renaissance began in Italy and spread to Northern Europe, France, England, Spain, and Germany. So this is an amazing time period because suddenly people are starting to get very interested in not just what's happening, but they're reading more. They're witnessing these amazing plays by William Shakespeare. Obviously, my favorite artists: Vincent Van Gogh, Monet, Picasso. I mean, there's an abundance of artists that Rembrandt. There's an abundance of artists out there that really created this movement and gave the people the idea of the visual, what people are seeing in their heads, and extracting it so people can see it in life, right? See the photos, see the image, see the painting, see the art, see the sculpture, see the play, read the poetry. Okay, so these are the power words that you're going to have to learn. So you have humanism, a variety of ethical theory and practice that emphasizes reason, scientific inquiry, and human fulfillment. The Renaissance, which is what we'll talk about a lot today. The great revival of art, literature, and learning in Europe, beginning in the 14th century and extending through the 17th century. The printing press. Thank goodness for the printing press, right? A machine developed by Johannes Gutenberg for printing on paper. or is it Gutenberg? Gutenberg. And vernacular, using a language native to a region or country rather than a literary, cultured, or foreign language. So this is where you're starting to analyze the art, analyze the poetry, analyze the play. It's a different type of language. Then you're going to click on all these: perspective, human anatomy, interest, the Elizabeth age, square root, dimension, cathedral, the movable types. Oops. These time periods, these timelines are important. 1271 to 1295. So Marco Polo's journey from Europe to Asia. 1434, Cosimo de' Medici ruled the city of Florence in Italy. And 1453, the Hundred-Year War finally came to an end. We've talked about that. 1455, Johannes Gutenberg develops the printing press, and 1503 to 1506, Leonardo da Vinci painted the Mona Lisa, the beautiful Mona Lisa. So again, you're going to go through all these. I'm not going to go through every single one because I would really like for you to review them. And of course, it's a lot of language. I understand a lot of words, but we're going to go through it together. Okay, we're going to go through every single one. We'll discuss in depth the Renaissance period. Remember, there was a big plague. So we'll talk a little bit about it. We'll talk about the humanism movement, the famous artists. Look at that beautiful background. So I can't remember who I purchased this from. I know it was through Teachers Pay Teachers. And I just love it. I love it. I love it. Look at the background. I mean, they did an amazing job. So I'll make sure to find out who I purchased it from. I wish I could take the credit for this, but I cannot. So you'll learn about advances in architecture, advances in astronomy. So this is why astronomy, Nicholas Copernicus, is something that we should have learned about earlier in the school year, but because of COVID, there are some things that we weren't able to discuss very in depth, but we will be talking about Nicholas Copernicus. So he discovered that the Earth and the planets orbit the sun. So it was believed for a long time that the Earth was the center of the universe. So we'll talk about that today. The spread of ideas. So these ideas is what came to mind. This is suddenly, if you have an idea and you put it into action and it works, people will pick up on that idea and will use it, right? So think of Johannes when he came up with the printing press. The printing press is huge because it gave us, what do we have now? Copy machines, right? We're able to print not just copy machines, but newspapers, magazines, articles. All right, so that is it. So again, I would really like for you to show up to Zoom today and let's talk a little bit about these lessons. Again, they're amazing, amazing images that this person put in for us. So let's talk about it together, okay? When you are done, go back. You're going to complete the Renaissance period assignment. So what you'll notice is that I put everything is in literally in order of the slides. So you just have to follow the slides, okay? Read them thoroughly, go through them. I didn't make it too complicated for you. You'll notice these are the vocabulary words that you saw in those squares. You're going to drag and drop. Everything is literally to, here are the dates, to the squares that you saw on the slides, okay? And of course, some of the titles. I made it super easy, guys. I just really want you to understand the Renaissance period and its importance into the gift that it gave us of art. I've mentioned to you before, I love art. I wish I could afford to collect it, but I do have prints of it, and it's something I admire. So anyway, let's talk about it in class today. All right? Okay, my angels, see you soon.